I'm here at the Basement in Wesley Chapel. It's one of my favorite bars, not just because it's a craft beer bar, but because also, if you couldn't tell by my awesome attire, it's my favorite retro bar. It brings back the 80s and 90s in full force, which is exactly what we need in 2019, as many companies out there are bringing back everything retro as the new trend. For example, we have the NES and SNES Mini that came out, and if you go to Target, you can get some cool vintage attire. But it's not just limited to electronics and apparel, it's also in the food and beverage market. Aside from just relabeling everything with cool retro awesomeness, they're also bringing back some discontinued items. A good example of this, and one of the most popular ones that got brought back, was Surge by Coca-Cola. Surge was originally created to compete with Mountain Dew by Pepsi. And if it's not just that, we also got Jolt Cola, a popular soft drink from the 80s that was all the sugar and twice the caffeine. You can get this at Dollar General for the whopping price of $1. Some famous retro items that are still around and were not discontinued are regaining popularity because of their unknown status. For example, Tab Cola. Tab Cola has not actually left the market, contrary to popular belief, and you can still get this at select supermarkets in 12 packs. But not every retro beverage that has been coming back is staying around. Some are only coming out in limited release cycles. For example, Pepsi brought back one of their famous 90s versions of Pepsi, Crystal Pepsi, for the summers of 2016, 17, and 18. Retro releases and limited releases are not just exclusive to sodas, but also alcoholic beverages. Everybody's favorite starter alcoholic beverage from the 90s, Zima, even made a brief comeback in summer of 2018. Of all the retro beverages to make a comeback, there is one retro beverage that no one expected to ever make a comeback in any capacity. It is one of the famous marketing ploys, stunts, and failures of the 1980s. And to this day is the butt of many marketing jokes. New Coke. Here's a quick history lesson. It is the 1980s. It's an era of decadence and excess. You had to have either a cool jacket or big hair to fit in. And there was one of the biggest wars going on in the marketing world, the Cola Wars. The contenders, Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Pepsi and Coca-Cola have been around for a long time, but in the 1980s is where the war really took off between them. Pepsi was winning the Cola Wars with their new aggressive marketing tactic called the Pepsi Generation, which was targeting the youth market and using famous celebrities like Michael Jackson to advertise the product. With Pepsi appealing to the youth market, Coke was falling behind in sales dramatically, and they decided to do something new and innovative to try to bring back the youth market. It was also very drastic of them. They decided to change the formula to Coca-Cola. It's 1984, and Coca-Cola starts doing blind taste tests of a new formula for a new product that they are going to release. They have the original Coca-Cola formula and a newer formula that's just as sweet as Pepsi, but still has the same quality of Coca-Cola. The taste test revealed that a lot of people tested positive to the new formula that they were coming out with, but not realizing that this was going to completely replace the original Coke that they know and love. 1985 rolls around and Coke decides to finally release this new and improved Coke formula, but a couple things happen along the way. First, they don't tell people about the new formula. There's no aggressive marketing campaign at the start. Instead, they just decide to switch out the formula in a cost-saving effort by not making brand new cans. They just use the original cans that they have and put stickers and labels that would say new and not much else. A lot of people were going out and buying Coke expecting the Coke they know and love, but were treated to some weird, interesting new flavor that put them off. Partway through this new cycle, they finally added cans onto the market that said new on the label that weren't just stickers, they were actually painted onto the can, and started the new advertising campaign called Coke, Catch the Wave, and used characters like Max Headroom to advertise to the youth. A lot of people did not like this new flavor of Coke and were even doing letter writing campaigns to bring back the original flavor of Coke. There was a hotline even set up to hear the complaints about what was going on with this new formula, and Coke to explain that they decided to change this formula for a new generation, but a lot of people weren't having it. And Coke decided to do something drastic. They decided to change back to the original formula of Coca-Cola. In late 1985, early 1986, Coca-Cola decided to listen to everybody and do a massive abrupt change and change it back to Coca-Cola's original formula by calling it Coca-Cola Classic. But contrary to popular belief, New Coke was not actually discontinued. In fact, it was just repackaged under a brand new banner called Coke 2. And it was still available in select areas of the United States and overseas. And it was available up until the year of 2002. Only diehard fans knew about New Coke being repackaged as Coke 2, but a lot of people remembered New Coke as this small era of the 1980s of the worst marketing gimmick or best marketing gimmick, depending on who you talk to. The reason why I say that is because after New Coke went back to Classic Coke, sales increased dramatically, and it actually almost put it in the lead of the Cola Wars. And no one would ever talk about New Coke ever again, until 2019. A small show called Stranger Things enters its third season on Netflix. And on the show itself, which takes place in the summer of 1985, New Coke has a very small cameo. To coincide with the release of Stranger Things Season 3, Coke decides to bring back New Coke, which is only available on their online store or at select tasting locations in the US. And we have one of those packages right here. If you go to the Coke store online, you can get one of these packages, which contains 2 cans of New Coke, a regular Coke formula bottle, and a Coke Zero bottle with Stranger Things art on it. And you even get an awesome shirt. I don't know what shirt I got, and I don't know the contents of this exactly, but we're going to open it up and find out right now. I'm also going to do this 80s style. Actually, I'm going to do it more MacGyver style. I'm going to use my Swiss Army knife to open these up. So let's first figure out what's in this bag. And it is a Coca-Cola shirt of some kind. I don't know what it is yet. I gotta unbag it again and find out. Got a sticker on there. Oh, that is really cool. I like that design. And that vintage 80s look. Catch the wave. See, it's painted on new. It's not a sticker, it's actually on the shirt, so you can't get confused as to what kind of shirt you have from Coke. It's really cool. Alright, now for the main event. Alright, now it's time to open up this bad boy from the 80s. Alright. Oh, they really took good care of the packaging. So, they do that to keep it intact. That's kind of cool. Alright, so first the bottles, okay? We got this Stranger Things font looking Coca-Cola bottle. And even it says limited edition, 26,315 out of 175,000. So these bottles are in limited release. And here's the Coke Zero version, which also has a number on it as well. This is limited to 27,086 out of 175,000. So I know there's a lot of people who collect the bottles, and some of them don't open it up. I'm not sure if I'm going to open it up per se, but I know this is definitely going on my shelf in my house. So those are the bottles, but we're not here for the bottles, are we? No, we're here for the 2 cans of New Coke. There they are. Now, I never grew up in the 80s, but I've never had New Coke. I haven't even had Coke 2. I didn't know New Coke or Coke 2 were a thing until much later. So this will be the first time I ever taste it. What I've been told, it tastes a lot like Pepsi, but we'll find out in just a little bit. Let's look at that design. They don't make them like that anymore. Just says Coke, new right there on the side, exactly like the original design. It's still different in its own way. It's not the original cans we know and love that are just like a solid cylinder. It even has info about Stranger Things and New Coke itself. It says, enjoy this limited edition 1985 can in celebration of Stranger Things 3. And that's about it. It doesn't explain anything else about it being new unless you know what you purchased. But that is pretty cool. This is definitely super gimmicky. I think the only thing left to do is try out one of these cans and see how it actually tastes. So it's going to take a long time to frost up one of these cans. So the owner of the basement, Jason, has given me these cool retro old school bar red cups with ice, and I am going to pop one of these bad boys open and try some New Coke. This will be the first time I ever have it. Here we go. Wow. Oh wow, that tastes weird. It tastes like Pepsi. Ah, that tastes not like Coke. I can see why this did not sell very well. Is it drinkable? Yes. The problem is if I put this right next to Pepsi, it tastes like Pepsi, but it's coming out of a Coke can. That is very different. Could I drink it? Yes, but this isn't something I would buy on the regular. Wow. I kind of need a Coke to wash this down with. Anybody else want this? No? So there we go. We unboxed this awesome Stranger Things package. We tried some New Coke. I gave you a brief history of New Coke. I showed you some awesome retro sodas. Until next time, stay frosty, I guess, or catch the wave. Some cool 80s slogan. There we go.